Welcome to episode 8 of Mo Money, the investing show for millennials by a millennial. I am the Capitan MC Mo, making cash Mo. So last week we discussed socially responsible investing, how to invest with a conscience instead of with your greed. But before we get to this week's topic, let's first start with a market update. The three major indexes have drifted slightly higher since last week, continuing its more than 1 month rally, which is now up over 12% off the February low. Is the bull market here to stay? There's a lot of cases that say it is. First, let's start off with oil having another fantastic week, touching $40 a barrel. At $40 a barrel, a lot of oil companies will be able to keep their head above water and pay off their debt. But the biggest news of the week came this Wednesday. Janet motherfucking Yellen, chair of the Federal Reserve, announced interest rates would remain unchanged, cut prospective hikes from 4 down to 2 for the year of 2016. And it seems that they're coming to their senses that things are not exactly as peachy keen out there as they thought. But with all the good news coming out, of course there was some bad news out there as well. Barclays cut its estimate of US GDP from 2.4 down to 1.9%. But the biggest L of the week was taken by Valiant Pharmaceuticals. They were down over 55% this week after missing on earnings and slashed future expectations for the company. Bill Ackman of Pershing Square Capital still is maintaining a huge position and he refuses to sell. He reminds me a bit of myself with my ex-girlfriend. The more that it hurts him, the more he feels he sticks around thinking, hey, they gotta turn it around eventually, right? You moron, get the fuck out. I cannot speak on behalf of Queen Bey, but I'm going to make the assumption information that she is encouraging ladies to get is financial information. But she never tells them exactly where to get it. Come on, Beyonce, do better. Which brings us to this week's topic. Let's get information. I may seem like I'm naturally blessed with a beautiful head of hair and with incredible knowledge of the stock market. But I assure you that not all of this came easy, except for the hair, because that's genetic. But the knowledge comes from a lot of studies. So this week, I'm going to share with you best sources to keep yourself educated and informed on the markets. I mean, I wish I could teach you everything on this show in one episode. It's going to take a lot of episodes to do that. When it comes to financial news, there's 3 different criteria that each source will fall under. One is what I call the 411. These are sources that give you need-to-know information when you're looking to make an investment decision. The second criteria is what I call the loop. These are sources that keep you updated with just general market knowledge, what's going on in the financial markets. The third is called the engine. These are sources that you go to when you're looking to discover definitions of investing terminology, new investment strategies, or whatever else. I'm not going to just list a bunch of sources, tell you the pros and cons, or some boring shit like that. I'm going to make it entertaining, because that is what Mo Money is all about. So what's the best way to convey information to you? What's that? Did I just hear you whisper diagrams to yourself? Well, then you would be 100% correct. We have not done enough diagrams on this show. People have told me it, and that's what we're going to do tonight. But what type of diagram? A histogram? A pie chart? A flow chart? A Venn diagram? But not just any Venn diagram. A triple Venn diagram. I introduce to you Mo Money's triple Venn diagram of information. So first, let's start with the 411, because these are sites that I use to gather the pertinent information that I need before I make an educated investment decision. First site is FinViz, a website that is perfect for investing. It gives you good information from everything from earnings per share, relative strength index, all the way to insider trading news and analyst rating. A source for when you're on the go, I go with StockTouch. StockTouch is one of the best mobile apps for finance. It has all the information that you'll need before making a trade. Finally is Investors Relations page. Every publicly traded company has a tab on their company's website that has all the SEC required information. It's a good place to check before you make an investment. Circle 2, the loop. Just like the world news, it's good to be semi-informed on what's going on. Whether you watch CNN, listen to NPR, or we watch the Daily Show, which is like Mo Money of world news. First, I suggest buying a subscription to the Wall Street Journal. Keep you updated on the micro market and the macro, domestic, and the world economy. Second, there is CNBC. My favorite to watch for financial news. They do a great job of keeping you updated on breaking news around the financial market, and they also have some great shows, the Halftime Report and Fast Money. A lot of smart traders on there that can provide some great insight. Also, sites like Reuters and Bloomberg are great and reputable sources for staying in the loop. Circle 3, the engine. So let's start with one of my all-time favorites, Investopedia. It's like Wikipedia for personal finance, and let's be honest, if Wikipedia did not help you get through high school and college, you're either a liar or you're a goody two-shoes. Okay, Investopedia has quick, easy to understand and thorough explanations of financial terms that you may read or hear thrown around on TV. Finally, for the engine and best type of gasoline is to read a book. A lot of great books out there and a few to look into. Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, one of the classics. Next is Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. Great book for new investors that teaches the importance of financial independence. Finally, you have Get Rich Carefully by the one and only great Jim Cramer. This book pretty much covers it all, from why you should invest and how to pick stocks to reading charts and other technical factors to knowing when to sell. Jim Cramer's been through a lot. He's taken a lot of shots, but he continues to put himself out there to honestly try to teach everyday investors how to make money. Next, Subcircle. So first, Subcircle 1 and 2. This contains sites like Yahoo Finance and Google Finance. These sites are great places to keep informed on the market about what is going on, as well as finding out the pertinent information that you need to know to make an investment on a company or an ETF. Next is Subcircle 2, 3. These are sources that keep you informed on the market and at the same time teach you how to become a better investor. Most well known is obviously Mad Money, great at dumbing shit down for his audience, and he tries to help people make wise decisions. There's other sites like The Motley Fool. It's a great site that has a bunch of sources to read up on core topics that'll keep your financial engine running smoothly, but also it has some great articles that'll keep you in the loop. And the third and final is Mo Money, the best example of loop and engine. This is the Jay-Z of investing shows. We dumb down for our audience so we can help double your dollar. But I cannot break down a great investment for you. In order to do that, you'd have to call me, and of course, I would charge you. The third and final circle is a combination of all three. Your trading platforms, E-Trade, TD Ameritrade, they have the resources to keep you informed, provide pertinent information, and provide tutorials to help you grow and become a better investor. Also, IBD, Investors Business Daily, is a hard copy newspaper and a website that provides great tutorials, great teaching materials, and great investment advice that keeps you updated on hot stocks in the market and in the market in general. Final group, which would technically fall into the loop, but I had to separate it, the amazing creation of Twitter. Now, Twitter is a great informational platform for sharing opinions and ideas, no matter how stupid they are and how much people don't care. Now, I understand you don't want to have sources like Reuters and CNBC logging up your timeline where you're trying to stay up to date on Kim Kardashian's naked pictures, following your crush, and stupid memes and gifs from your shitty friends that are totally lols. So I suggest making a list so you don't have to follow those people directly, but you can still see everything that they say. It's easy. You just click on their names and click Add to List. Here are the best Twitter accounts to follow for staying in the loop. First, follow Twitter accounts like Reuters Business, Bloomberg Business and Market, CNN Breaking News to stay updated on what's going on in the world. Next, follow guys like Jim Cramer. Now, Jim has a lot of good stuff to say if you follow him, but he's like 60 years old, so he posts a bunch of old guy stuff, like pictures of animals in his garden, but I still love him though. Okay, my favorite guys to follow are the chair of Twitter's Federal Reserve, Josh Brown, CEO of Rithol's Wealth Management. Has a lot of funny, insightful stuff to say, post shit that'll make you laugh, and he makes fun of a bunch of people. Fucking hilarious. Next is Ivan the K, Vice Chairman of Finance Twitter. I don't know who he is exactly, but he's super important on finance Twitter, cracks a bunch of jokes, and he rips on a bunch of finance people. Definitely worth a follow. Okay, also there's guys like Aaron Hunsater. He's a guy who exposes a bunch of shitty frauds, and he talks shit to the SEC for sucking, which is hilarious. Finally, my boy, Carl C. Icahn. He doesn't tweet too often, but when he does, it's always super informative or interesting. But most important, follow me at MCMo91. Full of funny quips, great insights to the market, I rip on famous people, talk a lot about hip-hop, music, and sports, and I'm fucking hilarious. Finally, it's important to remember that all sources have an angle, so make sure to take that into consideration when you're reading an article or you're watching someone on TV. When they're recommending a stock, maybe because that they own it. Also, some people have different time horizons. So if someone says stock A sucks, his time frame may be within the next 3 to 4 weeks because he's a quick trader. Also, channels like CNBC, they need ratings, okay? So they have to give a spin to their stories, just like every other news outlet. Do not let them toy and play with your emotions and let them get the best of you, when they're being super pessimistic or whether they're being super optimistic. Remember, most financial people do have ulterior motives for what they're saying. So step back and take that into consideration when you're gathering information. Remember, Ben Franklin said an investment in knowledge always pays the best interest. He also said by failing to prepare, you're also preparing to fail. Okay, that dude was like, he's on the $100 bill and he had sex with like tons of girls. Okay, basically what I'm saying is always do your homework and stay informed about the market. I say this all the time. This is your hard-earned money. Do not just go throwing it away in the market without being informed. Be better off just giving it to me. I know how to spend it better. That's all for today's episode. Remember, stay informed. Ignorance is not bliss in the markets. Stay tuned for a new episode next Friday, and I promise you we have a lot of big things coming up. For now, like, comment, subscribe, and share. Follow me on Twitter. Like me on Facebook.
Mo Money.
Signing out.
Thinking of a master plan. This ain't nothing but sweat inside my hands. So I dig into my pocket, all my money spent. So I get deeper, but still coming up with lint. So I start my mission, leave my residence. Thinking how could I get some dead presidents? I need money. I used to be a stick-up kid, so I think of all the devious things I did. I used to roll up. This is a hole up. Ain't nothing.